refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their gilt rings. Right, the bouncer's gilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Just one last question before I let you go, kind of unrelated to this. Obviously, this news of this super night that could happen in the Middle East between Joshua and Wilder and Fury and Usyk. Do you think, first of all, that will come off?
I'd like to be positive and say yes. I hope to the good Lord that it will.
But
this is boxing. We was all very excited about Fury and Usyk, which was agreed. Usyk agreed that 70-30 split, and that seemed like the move that was going to get it over the line. But that wasn't enough. So if that percentage split doesn't get over the line, what is going to get over the line? I don't know. So I'm going to reserve my excitement until something more concrete. Because only rumours. I haven't heard anyone officially say anything from any government or Saudi. I haven't heard anything. It's just the first person that told me was Derek Chisora. You got to take that with a pinch of salt.
Well, he's involved in the whole Saudi situation.
He is involved, but to collate those four big names on one night, I've never seen it done before. Maybe you got to go back to sort of Don King days when he had those super nights. But this isn't. I'm not sure of this. I hope it will happen. I hope all the fighters get paid the biggest purse they've ever got in their life, and I hope they turn up and give it everything.
Well, I've spoke to Eddie Hearn about this, who's obviously involved in this process to a certain degree. He says that talks are progressing about it. No offers have formally been made. But the question is, there's four fighters here. Some of them haven't fought for a little while.
That's a long time to wait till December.
Do you take a fight in between if you're Fury? Obviously, Joshua fought last, but Fury hasn't fought since December.
It depends how confident you are in your ability and how confident you are about winning the fight. Example, I had a big gap between winning the WBC final eliminator against Jacob Fragomeni to fighting John Mark Mormek. I think there was like a year, 8 months or 8-9 months, a big massive gap, and I knew I couldn't have a big break and go into that fight. So I took an interim fight at heavyweight against a guy who was, I think it was like 35-1 in my first heavyweight fight. And it's because I was confident in my ability. And I knew if I'm to win this fight against Mormek, I'll be okay fighting some heavyweight, no matter what his record was. He was ranked in the top 10 by the WBC. But in my mind, I'm going to be heavyweight champion one day, after I've won this cruiserweight title and unified the division. So if I'm that good, okay, I'll fight whoever. And that's what I did. And I knocked him out in one round. And it put me in a position where I went to Tenerife, did a good training camp. So come fight time with Mormek, I was as good as I could have been, and I wouldn't have been that good if I would have taken a massive year gap out of the ring. It's really important for ring activity if you want to give yourself the best chance. If you want to just get the payday, just sit at home and chill and wait for the payday, but it will diminish your chances of victory.
David, when I spoke to you with Dillian Whyte, whichever fight that was, I think that was the anti-Joshua fight. There has been talks about Joshua potentially fighting Dillian Whyte in the summer ahead of a Wilder fight, but is that too much of a risk if you're going into this kind of night?
If you can't beat Dillian Whyte, then what's it all about then? Why does he think he can beat Wilder? You know, so it's like, okay, if he believes he can beat Wilder and you can take that fight, great, then fight Dillian. Why not? It's a great fight for the fans. It's a great. Dillian comes to bring it. There'll be a lot of people thinking that Dillian will be able to cause the upset, and I think it's a real intensity. It'll be a lot more intense than him and Franklin the other night, which is like a sparring session.
So if you were Joshua, you'd risk that fight with Whyte?
Yes, 100%. Get in there. No, that last fight he won it, but it was an entertaining fight, and it gave the fans a great night of entertainment. That's what boxing is about: entertainment. It's about putting that money in the bank, and that fight does it. It's a great pay-per-view fight. Both fighters, coming off wins against the same guy. So this fight, that's it. It's all British clash. Makes perfect sense, and then that leads into a Wilder. That's so obvious. But if you're not going to take that fight, then why are you not taking that fight? That's the thing. If you don't want to fight Dillian Whyte, why the hell are you fighting Wilder? Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but also there's the argument of if they're obviously planning this night and everyone's kind of in out of those 4 fighters, and it's for December.
You're diminishing your chance of victory by having 2 long out of the ring. Now, if Wilder wants to take that much time out of the ring, okay. But if Anthony wants to give himself the best chance of victory, he needs to be active, and needs to be active in a fighter against a fighter who throws big hooks. And the best person is Dylan. Dylan throws some of the best hooks in the business. The left hook is one of the best in the game for sure right now. And why not go out and prove it against someone who's dangerous? Dylan, if he catches AJ with that left hook, that's it. You saw what happened last time. Remember, Dylan had one arm that first time. He didn't have a right hand in that first fight. He's got a right hand now. So it's definitely a fight, that I think should have been made. I think it's perfect. They both fought the same guy now, fight each other, and then the winner fights. Let the winner fight then Wilder. I think that's what I would do.
This little lady's hurrying me along, so I'm going to cut this short now. David Haye, thank you very much for talking to Eiffel TV. Who knows what's going to happen between now and Saturday night? We're here for it though.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait. We're going to be down there. My daughter Senna's coming with me. She's been excited about this. That's the cool thing about these Misfit shows. My daughter's never said I want to go to a boxing match until she sees a YouTube of the guys and girls on screen, and she wants to go. So this is good for boxing. Although I'm sure there's going to be some negative connotations with people throwing fish and buckets of piss and stuff. If you ignore that, it's the youth who are just seeing boxing and getting introduced to boxing who may never have watched boxing. So it's nice to stimulate the boxing economy.
It is what it is.
It's what it is, and as long as we get a good scrap at the end of it, of a vicious knockout, then I'm happy.
David Haye, thank you very much, and we'll definitely catch up with you over the next couple of days.
Definitely, for sure. I mean.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,